Good morning and happy Monday. I am recording this before Homeroom because I want to account for the possibility that someone might need to back up and listen to Homeroom directions again, whether you're late or maybe you stepped away or perhaps there's feedback. As you guys know, in the morning you're expected to open your email for any messages or feedback or announcements. You'll notice in today's email there's a lot of assignments that hit Google Classroom over the weekend. And there's a reason for that. And I'll get to that in a minute. You guys know you have Chrome. You have two tabs open, BBCU and Google Classroom. Well, since it's Monday, we'll have both Google Classrooms, Math and Homeroom, open. Extra time, take a peek at the to-do list in Google Classroom. And then, obviously when announcements start, we come back to the BBCU page. This is our morning message for today. It's Monday, September 21st. It's an independent Monday. You are using time management strategies using the bingo board that posted before today. Brand new bingo board this week, and as promised, I called it bingo board in case you were looking to search inside Google Classroom. The bingo board has 30-minute focus tasks, and I want you to initiate your own 5 to 10-minute breaks. The focus this week is science reading using Mayan. I have released 2 science quizzes for later this week. That's to motivate you to read the Mayan books. The information between the 2 is connected. You're aiming to read all of the Monday Mayan books today. Also, fall into ST Math for at least 30 minutes. This week's different because of iReady testing, so use your time wisely to get ahead on reading the Mayan books today. P2 topic is curiosity. And here's a quick glimpse at the bingo board. You'll notice this week we've divided it into must do and can do. On the must do side, you know you check your Google Classrooms every day. You check your Gmail at least twice a day. That's where you get updates, messages from me, assignments, all of those great pieces of information. You're also reading at least 30 minutes a day. Now that includes Imagine Learning and Literacy, but some of your 30 minutes can also come from Mayan books. You know this week you will be exceeding 30 minutes a day. You also have ST Math. Over the course of the week, we aim for 90 minutes a week or more, and our agreement was that you hit at least a third of that, so 30 or more minutes on Mondays. So we front load when we have time. You also have math assignments posted to Google Classroom Math. Inside that orange box is the science information for this week. Now, a lot of it's going to fall asynchronously, and we're going to work on the first column first. You'll notice it's highlighted and says to do Monday. We've got 3 Mayan books listed here, and you might have read one of them already. Journey to the Center of the Earth, The Secrets of Earth, and Earthquakes. I'll be honest, these books take about 15 minutes each. I think one takes 5 to 7 minutes, one takes about 18 to 20 minutes, and the third falls in between. By Tuesday, there's 2 more Mayan books. I notice When Volcanoes Erupt says page 4 to 7. That's where you're focusing. You're welcome to read the rest of it, but you don't have to. And the second link in the second box is Investigating Earthquakes. So honestly, I think many of you will manage these 5 books today. We also have 3 more books related to classifying rocks: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and rock-on rocks. Some of you may have read one of those when you did your Mayan landforms search. And then the far right column is 2 different resources that are videos. One is a Brain Pop video, and the other is a YouTube video about plate tectonics. So we're still investigating inside the Earth. We're looking at plate tectonics, the movement of the plates, and Pangea. By the end of the week, we hope to classify rocks. Whew. Seems like a lot, but I got you. So your must-do are the first 8 boxes at the top. Can-do, flexible choices between your specialists. I did include the MyOn link there because you can free read. There's a reminder to get back to ST Math, just in case you thought you were done. You do have lots of resources for free reading in library. And the band strings information, that picture reminds me that I was supposed to talk to my parents about band or strings and whether I'm doing it. I remember that there's a form in Google Classroom to sign up. You have resources for fiction and nonfiction here. There's typing as an option for your week. You do have to follow the directions to create an account. It's not been set up in class, but it's really easy to do on your own. I've got some reading and writing suggestions, including some new free writing opportunities down here. Using a composition notebook or similar. Maybe head outside with parental permission and write about what you're observing. Maybe you could even sketch if it's related to nature or science. You can also do free choice writing in that notebook. The far right side has the social studies box. I want you to wonder or think ahead, how do shared beliefs and values shape a culture? How do cultural universals differ among cultures, and how might they be similar? There's 2 videos connected to social studies books, and that assignment, as much as it's a can-do here, you'll find that by the end of the week, it becomes a must-do because an assignment will pop up in Google Classroom asking you to participate in a discussion question about culture. Think about your culture. You have one. It might seem common because you might have a lot of the similarities in Northern Virginia culture or American culture. Think about some of the things that are specific and unique to your family. The 3rd page explains in detail what you think you do when you're done, especially with written work. Did I revise and edit? Do I have more details to add? Did I reread what I wrote? Did I fix the capitals and punctuation? Some of you guys might have more fast finisher time during the school day. Come back to this bingo board if you finish things like iReady. Think about your must-dos before your can-dos. And before I forget, 20-20-20. Every 20 minutes, take 20 seconds and look away from the computer. Every 30 minutes, take a 5 or 10 minute break. Get yourself up and moving. Or be like me, stand and do your work. Today's small group strategy is actually going to connect directly to the MyOn books in science. We're looking at nonfiction text features. I'm going to teach you to read for meaning without getting overwhelmed. We're doing page walks before we dig deep and read for details. While we skim and do a page walk, we're going to look for headings, bold words, pictures, captions, any images, whether they're photographs or diagrams, and any kind of infographics. We're going to connect the headings, bold words, and images to what we've seen and heard in class or for our background knowledge. And then we back up and reread the article or the book, focusing especially on those headings and bold words, asking ourselves questions as we read. We ask questions and make connections as we read. Personally, I find that I don't enjoy listening to MyOn. I like to read at my own pace. It helps me make meaning better, but you choose what works for you. Popped up in Google Classroom are some quizzes at the top, rock types and plate tectonics. You're not ready for those yet, but I wanted to give you a glimpse of what's coming this week. The Landform resources was posted on Friday, including 2 videos we watched in class. It has the slide deck from Friday that we will finish, and 2 more teacher slide decks. All the decks in a materials post are intentionally read only. The clipboard are the action items for assignments that you have to do. You'll see that 1 quiz is due the 22nd, so tomorrow you'll do that during science or at 3 o'clock. And the second quiz is the 23rd, which is Wednesday. Again, you can do it during science or do it from 3 to 4. The information for both of these assessments is included in the slide decks, which I've attached to the assessment post. So everything you need is attached to the assignment, and yes, I encourage you to look back. There's also an expectation that you're pacing through the science reading so that you can make all kinds of background knowledge connections as we learn the science. With Patton, there's more in Google Classroom. There's an article and some questions on language arts and a culture activity for social studies. I noticed that the social studies isn't due until Friday. Language arts is assigned tomorrow, and I ask that you do it tomorrow. Sorry, I'm recording this on Sunday. I ask that you do it the same day it's assigned. For those of you who fall into 2 groups, you can take an extra day. If you are pulled out by more than one teacher, yes, you can take an extra day if needed. But it's one article from this week's Scholastic News. In general, figuring out where to prioritize, you're going to look at the due dates to decide where you start. You're going to alternate, take turns between the Science Myon books and the other tasks, taking the 20-20-20 breaks, but be aware of those group meeting times before you step away from your computer. Your goal is to motivate to do the Myon. That's why I've shown you the science quizzes. By the end of today, I guarantee you'll have 4 of these books read if you pace yourself. Some of them only take 10 minutes. Then we do the pledge. Then we do the breakout groups. I know you'll have a lot of questions. I'm meeting with everyone today. See if the meetings help your answers. That said, we do have the chat available. You've got this. I'm proud of you. I wouldn't have put this up if I didn't think you could learn executive functioning skills for prioritizing your tasks. I'm here for you. Let's take it one book at a time. If it were me, I would start with one science book and then move